Okay, by popular demand for rig rundowns, here is my rig rundown. My name is Dave. I play in a band called Graveyard of the Atlantic in Boston, and yeah, I'm 215-312-617 is my handle. Anyway, this is my rig. I will take you through it step by step. This is my guitar. I'll see if I can get this in the shot. Close enough. It is an Epiphone ES339, modified with Lindy Fralin unbuckers. It's got a new nut, new bridge, master volume in the horn, Gretsch style, and this is the clean. I'm going through a Marshall Class 5. It is modded also, but and it's kind of a small apartment, medium apartment volume, mic'd with an SM57 style mic by Blue. So, all right. 12 pedals. Let's get through them. Tuner. Yeah, okay, great. It does what a tuner should. I just tuned before I started. Doesn't require any more explanation. The next pedal is a Moore Tender Octaver. This is the Mark I version. I pretty much just use it for that, but it obviously does the upper octave as well. That goes into this DoD phaser, or phasor. I've tried a ton of phasers. This is by far my favorite. It does that sort of Gilmore univibe thing that I'm looking for anyway. As you can see, it's in front of my dirt. I'll get to that, but I do like my modulation in front of my dirt. Speaking of modulation, further modulation comes in the form of the Julia. Right now I've got it set to sort of a chorus. And so I use it for a chorus on a tune or two, and I use it as a vibrato on another tune. And I have it pretty much set so that it's just one knob. I sing and play guitar and use a lot of pedals, as you can see, so I try to keep it as simple as I can. I also did not check my knobs, so my rate is usually up higher. Hold on. Right, there we go. So back to chorus. And that's at about, say 10 o'clock. And then vibrato. Okay, so now let's get to dirt. So it goes from the Julia into the Caroline Hawaiian Pizza. As you can see, I've got a bit of a thing for Caroline pedals. They seem to do what I want them to do. So the Hawaiian Pizza will do things like this. And if you want it to sputter, it'll do that too. We'll take some of the pork out of that. And so on. I use it more of as a distortion. So like this. And then if I want to boost, so I just want to kind of keep my amp doing what my amp is doing, but just louder. Turn that all the way up. That lets all the highs in. I found this in Amsterdam, actually, at a guitar shop. Apparently, it's one of only 10 made, which is kind of fun. But here it is on my board, getting stomped on, because what's the point of having them if you don't use them? All right, onto the Shigeharu. I use this pretty much just for lead tones. Sometimes with the boost. This is also why I like having my modulation in front, because you can do this. Which of course is a lot of fun. Okay, now we're into post-dirt modulation and what do you call it, tremolo filter. Anyway, so Kilobyte, I have this turned with the tacos, which is their modulation. I have that turned to 10. I don't always use it that way. It's sort of, you know, one way on one song, one way on another. But here it is with the tacos. So you see it's a little bit seasick. Let's turn the tacos off. Play the same thing. So I use it kind of like that as sort of a slap back. But it can get out there, especially if you crank the preamp knob. Give it about 3/4 tacos. So you can see you don't even need a distortion pedal with it. Let's see. One thing Caroline pedals, most of them have, is this Havoc switch. On the Shigeharu, it adds an upper octave in that sort of, I guess, green, almost like, you know, green ringer sound sort of way. That kind of almost audible upper octave. that you can really only use past the 12th fret. Here it oscillates, so we'll just hit a good old C. It ends a little abruptly, but it's pretty cool. You can also use that as a pad if you tune the pedal properly. In this case, you just turn it down. So there's the kilobyte with the Julia. Next up is the Meteor. Reverb. It's supposed to sound like you're in a subway station, subway station. You know where the tile is. So this also has a Havoc switch. It's sort of an oscillation. So let's see if I just do let's go with an F power chord. So you see it makes a pad. So I pretty much keep it set like this, maybe with the preamp down a bit. A lot of that was with the boost, of course. So you can use that as kind of a, maybe, a build up into a section, as I have in the past. Next is the DE7 Ibanez. I have this forum to thank for just saying it so many times that eventually it just showed up on my mailbox one day. Super dirty. I keep it on high repeat, pretty high level. More like a... Yep. So that's the DE7. The Parabola, another Caroline. This one is a tremolo and has a bunch of different features. I usually keep it set pretty much like this. Just I use it primarily on one song. It's just kind of in one part that goes. But it's a really nice trem. This is the FM section. I don't know if it's easy enough to see in the video, but the AM and FM were switched on this first batch, which is just, fun facts, whatever. Essentially, this is the FM, which is got a little bit less of a vibe. Maybe it's a bit more, what's the word? Not more siny than spiky, I guess. You go to FM, it's a lot choppier, and it can get pretty choppy. This is it on its absolute fastest setting. But then it can go even faster. Nuts. Just to show that again, the Havoc switch in this case. Yeah, so that's fun. Last but not least is the DD7. I've got a little Saturn Works tap over here. I have it set to analog. I have it set to, not obnoxiously loud, but audible. So it mostly gets out of its own way. It works really well, I think, with the kilobyte, with tacos especially. So there it is. That is my rig. I hope you've enjoyed this. Maybe learned something, maybe had a laugh. And yeah, thanks for watching.